All right, Shalom. For the glory and honor to I'm out shy. Shem Habakak Kodash Barakathum. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and to our across the globe, pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. I want to say Shalom. It's a little walk and talk. Just watching the apostle and the elder Kanak and Frisco doing the little walk and talk lesson that they do. So it's going to get worse before it gets worse, you know. And a lot of people who are um, not aware or don't care that how the Lord is coming back with vengeance, coming back to lay desolate America, say it was elect. So these bracky tacky Christians talking about they want the Lord to come back, can't wait to go to heaven and all these things. Well, before you get the prize, you gotta get the prize. And the prize is judgment from the Lord. Because the Lord is gonna render every work, because every work, whether it be good or evil, you know. And a lot of people just don't know what they're asking for, man. All right, you're asking the Lord to come down and forgive you for all your bullshit, for all your blasphemies, for all your misuse and talebearing against the prophets. You know, you cause some prophets to get put to death. You didn't cause brothers to lose their families and to lose their freedom, lose their jobs and harass them. You think you can get away with that? All right. This is Amos 5:18. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord." That woe means destruction. When you desire something, you long for it, you truly want it. All right, so destruction unto you really wants the day of the Lord. Because in Westernized philosophy and Christian theology, and Christian religion, they teach the Lord doesn't do evil. The Lord doesn't kill, but the devil kills. Well, they both do. All right, the Lord controls the left hand. All right, and He is the right hand. All right, He says, "Think that I come." I'm gonna hold that. Let's hold that thought up. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light." You know, why is it going to be darkness? Because there's going to be a lot of bloodshed, a lot of violence, a lot of turmoil, missiles going off, chariots zooming around the sky. You see? World War III. Okay, this is the day of the Lord. All right? It's going to be very unsettling, even for the elect. All right? As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. You're going to be running from one danger to another. You're going to be running from an angry mob. You're going to run into a abandoned house and chill out. And there's going to be, you know, a snake on the corner waiting for you to snatch you up, you know, waiting to bite you. You're going to be running from one terror into another. Let's not forget that the Lord bringing these plagues back, the plagues of Egypt. You know, the Lord knows what you're afraid of. You know, the Lord had you running your ass straight into the water like a madman, you know. It says, "So now the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it." Why? Because it's the end of the days. All right, when the Lord returns, that's the coup de grace. That's the icing on the cake, so to speak, man. And salvation is of the Jews, of the elect, the 144 and the 1/3. All right. You get it. is Matthew 10:34, and it reads, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came to send not peace, but a sword." And how we know this is prophetic times, future times, because when the Lord came back, He came with a sheep. You know, He came lowly, right on the coat, the foal of an ass. You know, our Lord and Savior, Yahweh came back as a humble man. He's coming back as a mighty power. All right. And what do you use the sword for? You use the sword to kill, execute judgment. For I'm come to set at variance against his father. So like if I come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. You know, the Lord's going to bring separation. All right. He's going to separate these families. He's going to separate households. All right. That's part of the judgment. You see, and us men of the Lord, and some of you women out there who are going through family issues because of the truth, you know, and it's going to show in the end that they're striving against Yahweh Shemi Shai. All right. Let's get this. Almighty. The book of Solomon. The book of Solomon, 18 and 15. And it reads, "Thine almighty word leap down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war in the midst of a land of destruction." You know, and just like the Lord was that death angel of Egypt, you're going to be that death angel in modern day Egypt, which is Babylon, spiritually called Sodom in Egypt, Basra, Assyria, Nineveh. This is the place the Lord is going to destroy. All right. It says that an almighty word leaped down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war to the midst of a land of destruction. So it's going to be going down when the Lord returns, man. All the proverbial saying, all hell will be breaking loose when our Lord returns upon the chariots, what the world ignorantly calls UFOs, and brought thine unfeigned commandment as a sharp sword. The unfeigned commandment, all right, is what the Lord said He's declaring the end from the beginning. All right, His word won't come back void. You see, the Lord purposed destruction for this place and captivity for you Edomites and the other nations. That's the commandment. You see, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is obedient to the Father and brought thine unfeigned commandment as a sharp sword and standing up, filled all things with death, and it touched down and it touched in heaven, but it stood upon the earth. Okay? See? There's going to be a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion, a lot of destruction, especially here in America, but in other various parts of the world. All right? This is something that we're looking forward to. This is something that we desire to see. We do desire the day of the Lord. All right? Because either way, our kingdom coming next. Look at this. I don't know what you Christians are thinking, man. The scriptures clearly tell you how the Lord is returning, man. Oh yeah, we read that already. You know? Look at this real quick, I'm ending on that. Gosh dang it. I just had it in my head too. What is that? I declare it from the beginning. Man, thought escapes me. Precept escapes me at the moment. You know, just a little short synopsis, a little quick walk and talk. Get the juices going for the day. Meditation going about the Lord for the day, you know. I want to say all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Give honor to the apostle elders, man, you know, the water for this lesson. You know, Lord willing, it's edifying. Lord willing, it was edifying. Shalom and Baba Bar.